Hey, genius. It'd be helpful if you turn the mic on. But I had to do a couple updates. Um, Took longer than I expected, but I'm back on. I'll probably just be on for probably another hour or so. Um, Guess I just wanted to show folks what I was doing. Again, it's my first real stream, so hopefully this goes well and I can continue to do even more. As I've mentioned in the notification, I do not own the copyrights to the background music. That is some jazz playing from YouTube. Nothing of mine at all. Um, got a kind of part of me. I kind of got a few things on my head, um, but I'll be cool. I'll be all right. Art is life. Life is art. And art imitates life. You you find your way to do. You find your way to go through stuff. Um, you power your way through it without being too specific. I guess perhaps it's just a mode that I'm in, which is kind of what got me turning into art. Um, of course, this is a play on White Man Can't Jump with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, respectively, as they've entered the Marvel Universe and became these characters or played these characters at some point in time. So that's, I guess, essentially what I'm working on, and I actually have my tablet with the pen working. So I will actually be using more or less of that. I appreciate any and everybody who's jumped on. The person who was viewing it before I had to briefly get off, I appreciate that support. And here's to many more streams. So I'll try my best to remember that I am streaming in a way so I can, I guess, just have a decent conversation about mental health and the things that come with it, um, which everybody has their own way of dealing and coping with things. And I think mental health should be a very uh, big topic and concern, not just it's not just a generational thing. Oftentimes we get caught up in just being on the go. We don't actually sit down and talk to ourselves, especially, which there's nothing wrong with that at all. I don't believe. I'll admit that I talk to myself quite a bit because oftentimes my conscientious is a better consultant than most of my peers. It's just facts. Um, yeah, I guess when you really think about it a lot, we don't really have those kind of discussions, and I think for the most part it's been generational based. Maybe it is cultural based also, but I just feel like these are discussions we really should be having because the day isn't easy. None of the days in the past, in the present, or in the future will be easy. And sometimes we get caught up in just social media looking at keeping up with the Joneses. We need to do more than that. What if you don't want to keep up with the Joneses? What if it's fuck the Joneses? I want to keep up with myself. I want to be better than the person that I was yesterday. Joneses could kiss my ass because they don't have the direction or ambition that I'm fucking going. Fortunately, I had an ex-friend that essentially tried to compare me to that, and this guy went from wanting to be pretty much the next Greg Popovich to settling. So, his loss. He wanted to brag about that like he wanted to brag about it. Like none of that could be taken away from him at any point in time. Cool, dude. I hope I hope you're able to keep what you bragging about. Because what can be given can also be taken away. You should know that. But in general, going back to what I was talking about, what I was really going into, it's just about everybody got different goals and different ambitions and different dreams. Maybe some of it is just being a Jones. No offense to anybody with the last name Jones, by the way. I just now thought about that. But no offense to anybody with the last name Jones. Um, I don't know. I mean, we just need maybe some advice or something sound from a trusted voice, trusted voices. Something that somebody say, you know, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be all right. You know, you get through this. You know, I think it's Donnie McClurkin. Like we fall down, but we get up. I need, you know, sometimes we need a reminder of that somehow. And you know, it's we don't have to be strong. It's okay to not be okay. You know what I'm saying? It really is. You know, for the young women out there, definitely applaud the independence. Just and much respect to the unity that a lot of you guys seem in camaraderie you seem to readily have with each other. If that is there, but in case that it isn't, you don't have to be this strong, independent woman by yourself, and that's not in relations to just being with somebody. That could just friendships, family. There's somebody out there that you can really talk to and gravitate towards. There's something out there that you can gravitate towards. And for the young men out there, gone are the days where, you know, we're supposed to man up and not cry. I mean, listen, like, do you want to be considered soft, or do you want to grow up and be a sociopath? And a lot of us don't even realize that we're being sociopaths. By listen, this is a new day and age. Guys actually talk about their feelings now. You just have to find your tribe to which you can do so. The mature ones, that is. There's nothing wrong with that at all. We need to have these conversations regardless of gender, regardless of what you identify as, regardless of what you're into. All of these things are very much needed. There's especially for the kids. I went through a lot of that when I was a kid, not having adequate people to really talk to about the things that I was experiencing, because I was just written off as just this crybaby, and I was going through a lot of child abuse from teachers, from family, from so-called friends. It was everywhere, and I had no escape. I don't know. Who knows? I'm really thankful for the gift of art, that I'm able to express myself, that I was blessed to have this time and have this surrounding to do things. I was never really, a lot of people would say the whole spoiled thing, but it's not really that. I mean, most of the things that I got were compensators for the lack of attention. I mean, I just, most of the times, and I'm not talking about me just to say my own issues, I'm saying that just to say, again, we've needed just a simple conversation from the ground up as kids, and that plays well into adults. It's easier to build up stronger kids than to repair broken adults. It always is. Because, pride and ego, how dare you tell me what to do? I'm grown, this, that, and the third. Yeah, well, motherfucker, listen. You don't know it all. None of us do. Everybody's still learning. Shut the fuck up and take some advice for once. And just I don't know. Mark Twain has this quote. The more I learn about people, the more I like my dog. And I'm really starting to comprehend a lot more of that just without. Bottom line is, I guess, we really just need to, again, have these conversations. Stop acting like we're so oblivious to these, like we can't, or we're not allowed to, or we don't have time to. It's just like, who are you lying to? Because you're not lying to us. I mean, you're lying to the person in the mirror. You're trying to convince that person in the mirror you don't have enough time. You're trying to convince that person in the mirror that you're good the way that you are, and you know you're not. You know good and damn well you're not. I mean, and we all do it separate ways, different ways. Some people pray, some people smoke, some people play video games, meet with people online. Mental health has always been important. There's nothing wrong with reaching out. You're not less of a man or a woman for reaching out for help. Maybe a part of me is saying this because I have issues with that. I don't know. I'm kind of just letting a lot of things out at the moment. That's because this art kind of makes me feel free to do that. I feel free from a lot of expectations. This is what does it for me. If I can't find a person to talk to, this is what got me through high school, middle school, and even, I wish I did pick this back up when I was in college, but I was writing music back then, and I still do, just not as much. But I got something coming soon. This really does help me a lot. It's truly cathartic. And I encourage everybody to find their thing that keeps them in this mode. You know what? I hadn't even looked to see if there's anybody that's even watching right now. But I just feel so good right now just doing this. I don't really care like that no more. I guess I'm just going to keep on going. Just keep on talking. This is going to be recorded so you can watch it later if you wish. Definitely try to find yourself an outlet. Find yours. That's what I would call it. I remember hearing it the first time it was kind of like somewhat of a background clip from a sports video game I played. When it came to them playing defense, it would be like, find yours. Go find yours. I'll give you another sports reference, which is basketball, but my father always taught me to follow through on my shot. So whatever it is that you're going for, be it to have that conversation with somebody, be it to shoot your shot metaphorically or physically or literally, always follow through with the release. Follow through with the release. Don't half-ass it. You know what I mean? Always follow through on your shot. Something I've been learning to do, which includes, but not just consisting of just opening up more without being so naive about it. You have a lot of mean-spirited people out there who just want to use your information against you. So I guess part of that is hard about disclosing certain situations and aspects of life for fear that it's going to be used against you at some point in time. Well, honestly, those motherfuckers wasn't really for you in the first place. So if it's fuck them, then fuck them. Yeah. An old friend's brother had a quote like that: "If it's fuck them, then fuck them." But your mental health matters. No amount of alcohol or weed or sex is gonna change or alter the way you actually feel about yourself in the long run. So why not seek a greater heightened sense of understanding within self? There's nothing wrong with not being okay. You're actually being honest with yourself, and then it's the beginning of being honest with yourself, and from there you can begin to be honest with the world, because you're the person you got to go to sleep with. You're the person you wake up to. You're the person that you wake up to. You're the person that's got to get themselves dressed. And when you're brushing your teeth, when you're taking your shower and you come out, you're the person you see in the mirror. Or do you just, or ask yourself, do you just bypass it in hopes that somebody else sees the things that you don't see and doesn't see the things that you do? I'll be right back, y'all. Hey, welcome back. Sorry, took a little bit longer than expected. Whoever's in the viewers list, please feel free to comment in the chat room. Only ones really talking, but don't don't feel pressured to do that. Just try to make more conversation outside of listening to myself talk. Um, yeah. So back to what I was doing. I don't even remember what I was saying last, other than we've all as adults have needed this kind of help from the jump. So it's to think that we um, can just go throughout most of our lives without needing to talk to anybody, or excuse me, we're thinking that our shit don't stink, and that's when we end up making some of our worst mistakes, our biggest mistakes. There's absolutely nothing wrong with listening to people. Everybody has different forms of knowledge. Maybe indirectly you learn something from that person. I mean, that's essentially what life is really about. You I forgot who had this quote, so don't exactly quote me on this, but I believe it might have been Picasso or somebody, I can't remember who, but they had a quote where they were freaking 88 years old, and they say, I'm still learning, and that is really true. We are all very much still learning, because if you stop learning, you really stop living. And I will forever be a student of the game. I think we all are, or at least we should be, to continue to be humble to the learning process. Because it definitely has its tests, its midterms, its I forgot, its dissertations, its homework assignments, which a lot of us seem to ignore. It's a lot of ups and downs that come with it. So why not use each other as study buddies? It's not really a race, because at the end of the day, whatever we make here, we can't take with us under the earth. So we might as well learn the best that we can from each other while we still have a chance to. Nothing wrong with listening to somebody else that may be more knowledgeable. And you can learn from anybody. Even kids can teach adults something, especially when it comes to technology. But that's just one aspect of it. There's plenty of other things that they can learn from too. Just gotta put our pride to the side and accept it for what it is. I do not have my screen split, so it just it appears like it is there. So I do apologize if I have somebody commenting, which probably not. Nope. Okay, cool. That means I didn't skip over anybody. So again, to the one viewer that is checking this out, thanks. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. I may or may not do this again next week. I just thought I'd give this a shot and just trying different things out. But that's the one viewer just shows me that I really do have somebody out there that is either supporting, maybe you could just be looking to spectate so you can make fun of it to whoever, but you still fucking watch. So I win at that. I'm just playing. I'm trying to cheer myself up. Maybe this is kind of helping a bit. Um, yeah, mental health is definitely a thing. It never stopped being a thing. And without pointing fingers, but especially in the black community, because it seems to be frowned upon, especially within the male community, because you're less of a man for actually admitting that you have feelings. Both claims are highly erroneous, and I personally I laugh at those because it's like you're okay with being a sociopath around your people, around around your woman, or whomever you love, around your families. You're okay with that. That's cool. Just don't bring it over here. I want none of that. None of us do. That's how you heal. That's how you get better. That's how you get over some of the things that have corrupted you. That whole they make fun of it a lot, but they say who hurt you. And it's a real thing. Like, who the fuck who the fuck hurt you, and why haven't you let that go? And that's why they pretty much say that. Who hurt you? Because I'm not them. Who hurt you? That must have been a minute ago. Um, yeah, ridiculous stuff like that. This is probably going to take a little bit for me to finish because I happen to be pretty, okay, for lack of a better term, perfectionistic. What I'm actually erasing is the tracing out of what I had drew before. In fact, I'll probably pull up this tablet just to show you the video, show you guys the video of how I drew all of this in the first place. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? I guess. I can show y'all that in a minute. Just need to pass this part here. And I probably should try to upload it, and then I don't know how I'm gonna do that, to be honest with you. Well, actually, I do know how I'm gonna do it. Just give me a second. I'm gonna clear this little part right here. I'm gonna export the video from my tablet. I'm gonna send it to myself on here, and then I'm gonna split screen it. I can at least show you guys that, right? First, let me save this because when I close it out, I did not. And hold on a second. Yo, so I'll probably at least end today's video with this. But here's the video of the actual sketch from my tablet, which actually recorded the whole thing. It's pretty awesome. There we go. Make sure it was playing. Is it? Let me run this back. My bad, y'all. Make sure it's playing. Play the video. Play video. Let you select what order it will immediately be seen on the screen. The window. Title screen. Capture some windows. Compatibility capture. Capture cursor. Whatever. Cool. Okay, so for some reason it's not playing. I'm gonna guess it's because this isn't. Now you're just being weird. Yeah. Okay, one moment. Close. That thing again that I don't want you to do. You can see my cursor, but you can't see anything else. Gorgeous. How about this? This is what we're doing. Catch your scene in the windows. Just play the damn tape. I mean, you see me clicking it, right? So I don't know what's its deal. Let's try it like this. No, it won't work. Okay. Okay, so what if I did this? That won't work. Alright, so I'm going to try to upload this again. And you just see it like this. I don't actually know what the speed of the recording is, but it just captured every single stroke I made, so it's kind of where this is coming from. Then pretty much later I added all the other stuff. You know, looking at this is actually pretty damn cool. Yeah, I kind of cheated there. I just kind of copy and paste it. I don't care. It's the only non-drawing I did on this. And the tracing. So that little line that you see like this on his shirt, that's where that came from. So that's it. Um, Maybe I do this again next week. I'm not entirely sure, but um, thanks for tuning in, and talk to you later.